Hello, incredible leaders and visionaries. Welcome back to our monthly deep dive into leadership and personal development. As we turn the calendar page to October, we are officially entering the final quarter of the year. This isn't just another month, it's the critical window for bringing your year's biggest goals to fruition and setting the stage for even more impactful next year. So, how do we lead with precision, power, and purpose in this crucial quarter? Today, we are going to explore your October blueprints for powerful Q4 leadership. Each letter represents a vital principle to help you drive results, strengthen your team, and finish the year not just strong, but truly legendary. First up, O stands for ownership. In this final sprint, there is no room for ambiguity. True leaders take full responsibility for their actions, their team's outcomes, and the results they create, both good and bad. It's about being the ultimate accountable force that drives success. As Jocko Willink, former Navy SEAL commander in the US, famously said, "There is no bad team, only bad leaders." This is the essence of extreme ownership. In his book, Leadership and Loyalty, Bishop Dag states, "A leader is responsible for everything that happens under him." So one practical advice here, adopt an "it starts with me" mentality when a challenge or setback arises in Q4. I love the way the Americans say it. They like to say, the buck stops here. And that is so true. You want to avoid the temptation to assign blame. Instead, immediately ask, what was my role in this situation? And what specific action can I take differently next time or right now? Proactively identify solutions and next steps rather than just dwelling on the problem. That's not going to help, is it? Next, set unimpeachable example for accountability and problem solving within your team. So a coaching tip here, identify one area where you typically feel frustrated by external factors or lack of progress from others. How can you shift your perspective to take 100% ownership of your response, your influence, and your potential impact in that specific area? Next, C stands for clarity. As the year winds down, distractions, fatigue, and conflicting priorities can easily multiply. Exceptional leaders cut through all the noise to ensure crystal clear vision, precise priorities, and unambiguous communication for themselves and the entire team. Ambiguity, after all, consistently kills effective execution. I love this quote by the late Steve Jobs. He famously said, "Deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do." This speaks directly to the clarity of focus required for high performance. On the power of a clear and compelling message, from his book, The Art of Leadership, Bishop Dag advises, speak plainly, speak clearly, and speak with conviction. That's leadership. So let me give you another practical advice. Dedicate some focused time this week for a concise Q4 clarity session. Ask yourself and then your team, what are the top 3 mission-critical objectives that absolutely must be achieved by the end of this year? Have I communicated these objectives and individual roles so clearly that every single team member knows exactly what success looks like for them? What non-essential tasks or projects can we strategically eliminate or postpone to maintain an unshakable focus on these critical goals? The coaching tip here, test your team's understanding. Individually ask a few team members to articulate the top priorities in their own words. If there's any significant disconnect or vague interpretation, it's a clear sign your clarity needs an immediate upgrade. Moving on, the first T stands for tenacity. This is the relentless, unwavering persistence to push through inevitable obstacles, navigate unforeseen setbacks, and courageously keep moving forward when others might be tempted to give up. Q4 often brings its own unique set of pressures and challenges. Tenacity is your superpower in this sprint. I love this quotation by Covey Coolidge. It says, "Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men or women with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a problem. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent." So, underscoring this vital quality from his book, The Art of Leadership, my pastor, Bishop Daniel O'Neill, states, "It is the nature of every great work to be faced with great opposition. The greatest secret of success is to keep on doing what you have started." So, a practical advice here. When faced with resistance, a complex problem, or a seemingly insurmountable setback in Q4, instead of defaulting to giving up, immediately ask, what's one more creative way we can approach this? Or who else can I learn from or consult who has overcome a similar hurdle? So what you want to do is to break down seemingly overwhelming obstacles into smaller, manageable, incremental steps. Consistently remind yourself and your team of the profound why behind your goals to reignite and sustain motivation. So a coaching tip here: identify a challenge where you currently feel tempted to give up or disengage. What's one tiny, slightly uncomfortable step you can take today to demonstrate tenacity and push yourself just past the point of initial resistance? Our second O stands for outcomes. In Q4, it's absolutely vital to shift your mindset from merely doing work to actively driving specific measurable outcomes. Great leaders obsess over the results that truly matter, the ones that create significant tangible impact for the organization and its stakeholders. Stephen Covey advised, begin with the end in mind. I totally agree. This is the quintessential essence of outcome-driven leadership. On the fundamental importance of impact, from his book, The Art of Leadership, Bishop Daniel O'Neill says, your work is your impact. Your impact is your true worth. So, a practical advice here. For every major task, project, or initiative this quarter, don't just ask, what do I need to do? But crucially, what precise measurable outcome do I need to achieve, and what will that outcome enable? Define clear, unambiguous success metrics upfront for all your Q4 initiatives. So what you want to do next is to regularly review progress, specifically against these outcomes, not just activity levels or hours spent. Next, ruthlessly focus on your team's time and resources on the activities that most directly contribute to your top 1 to 3 critical outcomes. So a coaching tip here, look at your current to-do list for this week. For each item, what is the ultimate tangible and measurable outcome this task is truly meant to produce? If you can't articulate a clear, impactful outcome, you must question the task's true value and priority. Next up, B, that stands for boldness. As you approach your year end, there might be tough decisions to make, strategic pivots to consider, difficult conversations to initiate, or uncomfortable truths to address. Leaders demonstrate the profound courage to act decisively, innovate beyond the comfort zone, and push beyond the prevailing status quo. Remember Mary Ann Radmacher? She famously said, courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. Boldness encompasses both quiet conviction and decisive, courageous action. On stepping out with conviction, I read in Bishop Daniel O'Neill's book that a leader must have the courage to venture into the unknown, and that is so true. So a practical advice here, identify one bold action you've been consciously or subconsciously putting out. This could be a challenging negotiation, a crucial strategic pivot for your product or service, difficult conversation with a stakeholder, or taking a calculated risk on your new initiative. So what you want to do here is to prepare as thoroughly as possible, but be wary of overanalyzing to the point of paralysis. Focus intensely on the potential positive transformative impact of taking this bold step. Next, seek candid counsel from trusted mentors or advisors to gain valuable perspective and bolster your confidence. So another coaching tip here, ask yourself, what is the biggest fear holding me back from this bold action? What's the worst realistic outcome if I move forward? Conversely, what's the greatest positive impact and growth if I move forward with courage? Often, the perceived fear is far, far greater than the actual reality or risk. Talking about boldness, have you heard of Live to Lead, Elevate Leadership International Conference? The theme for the next conference is Bold Pursuits. I am privileged to serve my community of growth-minded individuals and organizations like yourselves with this flagship resource from my coach and trainer and the world's #1 leadership expert, Dr. John C. Maxwell. And I invite you to sign up for the 29th of January 2026. This promises to be a life-changing conference. So don't forget to sign up with the link below and just book your spot. Now, let's move on. E stands for excellence. As you know, I'm about excellence, and my company is called the Grace Center for Growth and Excellence because we believe there is a more excellent way. So, excellence, as you drive towards the year-end goals, is not enough to just get things done. True leaders strive for excellence in every aspect of their work and inspire their teams to do the same. This means consistently setting and delivering high standards. As Aristotle, remember him? Aristotle, he famously stated, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence then is not an art, but a habit. And mediocrity is a spirit. Refuse to be mediocre. Practical advice here. This quarter, challenge yourself and your team to elevate standards. For your top 1 to 2 critical projects, ask, how can we deliver this not just effectively, but exceptionally? Implement a quality check step in key processes to ensure outputs consistently meet the high benchmarks that you have set. Recognize and celebrate instances of excellence within your team. That will reinforce the behavior you want to see. So a coaching tip here, consider, where is there an opportunity to move from merely good enough to outstanding in my own work or my team's output this month? What's one specific tweak that would elevate the quality? Strive for that extra 10%. Finally, R stands for resilience. Resilience. As you drive hard through Q4, you will inevitably encounter unforeseen challenges, frustrating setbacks, and increased pressure, both internal and external. Resilience is your unwavering capacity to absorb that pressure, bounce back quickly and effectively from adversity, and maintain your peak performance and emotional equilibrium. I love this quote by Sheryl Sandberg. She advises, if you are offered a seat on a rocket ship, don't ask what seat, just get on it. This speaks to the resilient, adaptable, and opportunistic mindset needed for bold opportunities and navigating the unknown with confidence. I believe that the greatest blessing of God is for you to endure to the very end. So I'll give you a practical advice here. Cultivate and strengthen your resilience intentionally. Prioritize self-care, restorative sleep, nourishing nutrition, consistent exercise, mindfulness practices. These are non-negotiable fuel, especially when your schedule becomes most demanding. You want to develop and lean on a strong support network of trusted mentors, empathetic peers, and close friends during challenging times. This is your dream team. Practice positive self-talk and consciously reframe setbacks as invaluable learning opportunities rather than failure. Consistently celebrate small victories. both personal and professional, to maintain moral and psychological momentum for yourself and your team. The coaching tip here: when you feel overwhelmed or near your breaking point, stop, breathe, and ask yourself, what's one single thing I can control in this exact moment that will immediately strengthen my ability to handle what's next? Or what's one small step I can take to recover my energy? Focus on building those small moments of strength and purposeful recovery. There you have it, your powerful October blueprint for finishing the year strong by intentionally embracing ownership, clarity, tenacity, outcomes, boldness, excellence, and resilience. You are not just reacting to the ebb and flow of the final quarter, you are proactively shaping its outcome and powerfully elevating your leadership footprints. Well, here's your actionable challenge for this month. Pick just one letter from O.C.T.O.B.E.R that resonates most strongly with your current needs right now, and commit to taking one concrete specific action related to it this very week. Let me know in the comments below which letter you chose and what action you are taking. Now, as you embark on this crucial Q4, you might find yourself needing a strategic partner, an expert guide to help you cut through the noise, gain rapid clarity, and accelerate your results. That's why I'm excited to offer a limited number of Q4 Strategic Impact Coaching sessions during my upcoming Peak Performance Reset Retreat, taking place at the beautiful hills of Akwapim, Mampong, just about 60 or 90 minutes from Accra. During this retreat, we'll collaboratively align your Q4 strategy and pinpoint key execution levers and work through any final leadership or personal development hurdles which are preventing you from achieving your most ambitious year-end goals. This isn't just theory, it's focused, actionable guidance tailored to your unique challenges, ensuring you finish 2025 with maximum impact and lay an unshakable foundation for even stronger 2026. Imagine the clarity and confidence you'll gain by just hanging out with me, okay? That will be on the 10th and 11th of October. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, keep leading with purpose, keep growing with intention, and always remember, your personal and leadership growth is your single greatest asset. Until I see you again, come along and grow with grace.